as we always do with the first wine, it's more about your childhood, growing up, how you got into wine. And I thought, I know that you love travel.
Yes.
I know that you love fruity whites.
Yes.
I know that you're very open-minded, actually.
Yeah, very.
To kind of white wines in particular.
Yeah.
So today, we're traveling to Greece.
Oh, I love Greece. Woo.
Great.
Yeah.
And so we're traveling to the peninsula of Peloponnese, which is the southernmost region of the Balkans.
Okay.
And why is that important? It means it gets a lot of sunshine, but as it's peninsula, it means the grapes are also kind of can be chilled during the night, so it's not going to be too big and too fruity. And this is a blend of two native Greek grapes. That's a fun tongue twister. Rhoditis and Moschofelero.
Okay.
Yeah, it just trips off the tongue. So I know, cash. We'll be ordering that at my pub. But yeah, no, I'll go on where this came from. But I thought this is fun because I love Greek wine. We don't see much of it. Yeah. It's often great value because no one knows what it is. This should hopefully be a fun.
So do I swish fruity. Like you? Do I swish?
Well, so I wish I could swish midair. I'm actually very accident prone, but I always say the 3 rules to tasting. Yeah. They don't teach this at wine school. But this is Amelia's rules. The first is swirly.
Okay.
I like to use a surface,
right?
Because I'm quite accident prone, and by doing that, you release the flavor compounds because 90% of what you taste is what you smell, which is why you go on from the swirly to the sniffy.
Swirly.
So swirly, and then you can shove your nose right in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I love this because it's a very aromatic grape, particularly the Moschofelero. And then hopefully maybe you're getting some peaches.
Yeah, very fruity.
Fruity peach, baked pear, that comes from the Rhoditis.
Yeah.
And then to taste, and this is why no one looks good tasting wine as opposed to just drinking it, is you basically want to mimic that swirly motion on your tongue. That's why no one looks good tasting wine.
Right.
So because the center of your tongue is actually pretty insensitive, so you want to be able to just have a teaspoonful, no more, and you want to roll it around your tongue because actually it's on the sides of your tongue where you'll pick up hopefully some refreshing acidity in this wine.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But also just another little trick, again to make you look extra attractive when tasting wine is you want to make sure you oxygenate the wine because while rolling it around your tongue as well as feeling the texture, the acidity, that will help release the flavor onto your palate.
Okay.
So don't worry, this is a safe space. We can do this together.
Okay.
So we've done the swirly.
Yeah, I don't trust the swirly in the air either. I'm not,
no, it's scary.
No. Okay.
And then you go into sniffy. Then teaspoonful. Any more than that, you will dribble. I know.
Yeah, I can't do that bit.
I mean, I've practiced slurping for 15 years now, so hope.
Oh my God, but that's very...
But see, it opens up. It's a bit like when you were a kid and you didn't want to taste a medicine, you'd hold your nose and you just go, and you went, by swirling around, you get to hopefully feel like kind of, it's very juicy, fleshy, kind of, you also, wine, you hopefully get the acidity. Because even though it's got all that fruit, it's got really refreshing acidity coming from those maritime climes. And then, by, again, allowing the flavors to open up, hopefully not only the kind of peaches and pears, you get a kind of like sweet herbal element.
Yeah, it's very...
floral.
It's way more acidic than I thought it would be. Almost like apple juicy at the end, you know?
And also, it does have that juicy texture too, which I think you appreciate by swirling it. And I'm a big texture person. So, I thought that this is fun on its own, fun with the various... I know you love Italian foods. We've got Italian meats, cheeses, vegetable torta, which I did not make earlier. And I just thought this is a fun wine made by the Wine Society. I don't know if you've heard of them.
No.
They're great wines. Like they've been around since 1874. The label's right there. And you pay £40 and then you have a member for life and then you have access to these amazing wines.
I think I have heard of them.
It's a really good gift to give someone if they're into wine. And when people ask me about wine clubs, like, oh, I love wine, but I don't know where to get it. And this is £8.99.
Oh, wow.
And it's the Wine Society Greek wine. I know.
Okay.
So so I thought this was a good...
Because I feel like when you don't know wine, I come from a space where everyone's just like, the more expensive, the better, you know?
But you know this from fashion too.
Very true.
That if you know what to look for, you know where to look. And I often find with wine, particularly like fashionable areas, it's a bit like, okay, I'm going to get Burgundy or I'm going to get a Napa Cabernet. It's like, okay, I'm going to go for Chanel.
Yeah.
But then either you know where to find kind of vintage,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Or you're like, actually, I know that Sandro's doing this,
Yes.
which actually looks very similar.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I love finding, and I think Greek wines are really unappreciated, but finding these kind of underappreciated wine regions. And
Yeah.
grapes reminds me of like finding those buys in fashion.
No, I like that.